everyone, and welcome to the 2024 How To Festival. My name is Janet Yeager, and I work at the Carmel Mountain Ranch Library. Today, we'll be learning how to draw Barbie. I'll be using Procreate, but you can use traditional art supplies. The supplies that you will need to complete this project will be one white piece of paper, one number 2 pencil, and one high polymer eraser. If you would like to ink your final drawing, you will also need a black ink pen. If you would like to color your drawing, you will also need one peach, one yellow, one blue, one pink, one dark pink, and one brown crayon or colored pencil. Now that you have all of your art supplies, we can start our drawing. So the first thing that we're going to do is to draw a circle. Now I'm going to draw it dark so you can see what you need to do. But for this particular shape, it's just going to be a guideline. So I need you to draw it very faint because we'll be erasing most of it later. Once you've drawn your circle, draw a vertical line down the center of the circle. And then after you've done that, you'll need to draw a horizontal line through the center of the circle. Again, keep these lines very light because we'll be erasing them later. Next, take a measurement from the horizontal line to either the top or bottom of the circle. Draw that measurement below the circle. This will determine where to put the character's chin. Again, you will want to make this line very faint. After you've done that, you can start working on drawing the outside of the character's face. Again, I'd recommend keeping this very light so you can make changes later. You will draw either 2 slightly curved or 2 diagonal lines towards the bottom of the vertical line. At the very bottom of the vertical line, draw a U shape for the character's chin. You will then connect the U shape to the 2 either slightly curved or diagonal lines with 2 curved shapes, one on the left and one on the right-hand side. At this point, we'll draw the character's neck. So coming out and down from the U shape, you will draw 2 curved lines, one on the right and then one on the left. Now, once you're finished with the neck, you can draw the shoulders out from the bottom of the neck. You will draw a slight diagonal line heading away from the head on both the left and the right-hand side. Each diagonal line will have a curve at the end of it to start off with the character's arms. To complete our character's arms, we'll draw 2 slightly curved lines, one coming down from the left shoulder and one coming down from the right shoulder. At this point, you can start drawing in our character's facial features. Again, I'd recommend drawing them very light so you can change them as needed. First, we'll start with the eyebrows. The eyebrows will draw at the horizontal line that goes through the center of the circle. Draw a series of interconnected diagonal lines. Now, in digital drawing software, you do have the option of copying a shape that you've drawn and then pasting it over to another part of your drawing. So if you wanted your eyebrows to be symmetrical, all you would have to do is copy what you've drawn, flip it the opposite direction, and then move it over to the other side of the face. The next thing we'll do is work on our character's eyes. The eyes will be an almond shape, and also the top section of the eyes will be putting in the eyelashes. So the section on top is going to be a little bit darker than the section on the bottom. So make sure that you put in the shape lightly until you're happy with the shape that you've drawn. If you're working in a digital environment, you do have the option also of moving shapes around. So if you're not happy with where they're originally located, you can select them and then drag them to a new position. As was the case with the eyebrows, I want my eyes to look exactly the same on both sides. So I'm going to copy and paste and flip the orientation of the right eye and then move it over to the left-hand side. The next thing we'll do is draw our character's nose. Immediately below the circle, we'll draw a small U shape. Connected to the U shape will be 2 small teardrop shapes. Once you've finished drawing the teardrop shapes, draw 2 curved lines next to them. The next thing we'll do is draw our character's mouth. To do that, draw a flat M shape immediately under our character's nose. You'll now draw 2 diagonal lines coming down from the corners of your mouth. We'll connect the 2 diagonals with a U shape. Underneath the M shape, you will draw another flat M shape immediately below it. Immediately below the flat M shape, draw 2 diagonal lines and another flat U shape. Now at this point, I'm not very happy with how my character's face looks, so I want to do some edits. So this is why doing a very faint drawing to begin with is so important, because you may decide that the direction that you're heading is not the direction you want to wind up. So at this point, I'm going to take the opportunity to make some edits. So if you need to make some edits in your drawing, go ahead and do so at this time. Okay, now that I've done with my edits, at least for now, I'm going to go ahead and start drawing in some more of a character's facial features. So for the iris of the eye, I'll just draw that right in the middle of the eye and draw a circle, both the left and right-hand sides. And then in the middle of that circle, I'll draw a smaller circle for the pupil. Again, one on the left and one on the right. The next thing we'll do is work on our character's hair. So we'll start with the bangs. A little bit above the top of the circle, we'll start, and that's where the hairline will be. And for the bangs, we'll draw a series of interconnecting S shapes. We'll next draw a flat upside down U shape for the top of our character's hair. After that, we'll draw a series of curved lines coming down from the top of the U shape. It's now time to draw our character's dress. So to do that, we will first start with 2 vertical lines coming down from the left shoulder. We'll then draw a flat U shape to suggest the neckline of the dress. Then we'll draw a series of diagonal lines to make up the sides of the dress. Okay, now we have a rough draft of our drawing. So what we need to do at this point is get rid of our guidelines. We also need to erase lines that are being covered by things in the foreground, such as the section of the shoulder which is covered by hair. Also, before you do your final drawing, this is your last chance to fix any errors you might notice. For example, I forgot to put the ears in, so I'm going to need to put that in the final drawing. To complete your final line work, if you're working, say, Procreate or Photoshop, you can dim your sketch and then draw your final drawing over it. If you're using pencil and paper, you can just press down harder with your pencil or use ink on top of your pencil to do your final line work. Now at this point, it's up to you to decide what to do. You could leave the image as black and white only, or you can add some color. You do not have to follow the model if you don't want to. You can make some big changes by just using slightly different skin tones, slightly different colors for the dress and for the hair. You can also add extra details such as the jewelry that she's wearing or perhaps some texture to the dress. You can make whatever choices you would like because this is your drawing. So that's the end of my class. Thanks for joining me today in the 2024 How To Festival, and I'll see you next time. Take care.